Thursday, January 19th, 2017. So today my sister-in-law came to visit. It was good. Margaret and Mary don't get all that much time together. They don't get to see each other that much. Like, we see each other when there's like events, like family events, and a few times throughout the year we'll kind of hang out, and then we see them when we babysit their kids or when they babysit our kids. There's kind of like a swap over where you hang out for half an hour or whatever after the babysitting. But other than that, we don't really see them that much. So whenever Mary does come to visit, or Mary and Jeremy, my brother-in-law, not to center her out, but whenever any of them come to visit, it's always an exciting time. We're always incredibly happy to see them. And so Mary came to visit with her sister today. And they were upstairs when she showed up. And I came upstairs and, there's Margaret and Mary talking. And Mary's in the kitchen and I look at her and immediately I'm stricken by the fact that she's lost a whole pile of weight. I mean, I knew that she was on this weight loss journey with Jeremy, her husband. And they have been for, a few months now. But it's at the point now where, because we don't see them all that much, we see them, once a month or something like that, that each time you see them, the amount of weight they have lost becomes more and more dramatic compared to a few months ago, because you're comparing the few times you've seen each other. And really, you've seen them as chunkier people for months and months before that. So your brain still has that image of what the person kind of looks like right there. And today is when, first of all, she looked different. She looked better. She looked good. Like, she looked healthy. Now, when I say she looked good, she's my sister-in-law. I don't look at her in any kind of sexual kind of way. I met her when she was 13 and I was 20. So, she's like a little sister to me. I can't look at her any other way than that. But she still looked good, and she was so happy and excited because she could fit into a shirt that she hadn't been able to fit into since, like, university for her. That's amazing when you can fit into something that you could fit into when you were a skinny mini and in university. So I'm genuinely happy for her that she's lost all this weight, but she didn't have to tell me that she'd lost it. When someone who is chunky or loses weight, they get to this point where you can really notice it in their cheekbones and their collarbones. Their arms are now smaller, and you don't have to be told when someone's lost it. I remember when I first lost all my weight initially, and I was still doing the deliveries like a lot. Like, I had more deliveries to do. Just going from place to place. I remember there was a week, very specifically a week, where I dropped just previously another 10 pounds. Very quickly, actually, for some reason. I think I was sick, and I lost 10 pounds all in one go, and it brought me down to the weight that I am now, and I've kept most of that off. But I remember going to work, and everyone was like, "Whoa, you look good. You've been losing weight?" And it's like, well, I have been for months, actually, losing weight. You just noticed it now because my cheekbones and my jawline have reappeared. And so you can tell. And there's no longer a bulbous bulge when I stand up straight popping out of my shirt. And people notice it. I didn't have to tell them I'd lost weight. They just knew because you look different. It was the same thing with Mary today. She didn't have to tell me. I could just tell. But I'm just so proud of her that she's lost it, because so many people try to lose weight. They go, all right, it's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to stop eating this and that, or I'm going to do this. And they set these goals for themselves that they either don't have the support they need, or they're just unrealistic goals. Maybe the steps are too big, or maybe they're setting those goals for the wrong reason, and they don't quit. And it's just so sad to see that. I remember, maybe you didn't know this. I used to be a smoker twice, but the last time I was a smoker, I quit when I was about 25 years old. So that's about 11 years ago, 12 years ago. And I quit because my wife was pregnant with Jason, my oldest son. She was still pregnant with him. He hadn't popped out yet. And I remember thinking, I really just don't want to fucking die of cancer, lung cancer, before my kid, before I see him grow up and get married, and I want to be a grandfather. I don't want to be wheezing while I'm throwing the ball with him in the backyard because I got smoker's lung. And I made this decision. The will was there for the right reasons to quit. And I just did. I went from smoking all the time because I played a lot of music at open mics, and that was a social thing to smoke there. And then I would smoke a lot at home because smoking helped me write songs. You write a verse, half a verse or a line, and then you get kind of stuck and you go, nope. And you stop, you sit back, and you light a cigarette. And while you're doing that, just the act of getting out your lighter and opening the pack and popping it up with your thumbs and taking the cigarette out and putting it in your mouth and lighting it and taking that drag and sitting back. While you're doing that, it's a mindless activity, and your brain just goes over the song, the music, and then words magically start appearing that are actually pretty good. At least for me, that was my experience. And so smoking helped me write songs. So those weren't strong enough reasons to keep smoking, the social aspect and stuff like that. I had to quit. I needed the right motivation, and having Jason was it. I quit cold turkey. I stopped going to the open mics. I stopped smoking, and I stopped writing music. I had to slow down on music writing because it was a trigger in my head. But the reason was strong enough to quit. It was the right reasoning. If I'd have been quitting because I feel guilty because society tells me not to do it, or because the price of cigarettes is too high, I might not have quit. And the same thing applies to people, I think, that are trying to lose weight. It's always sad to see people who want to lose weight, but not bad enough. They haven't said, fuck, I have had enough. This is it. I am definitely going to take control of my life. And they have maybe a support net there, because some people really need that support net. Some people can't do it on their own. I know I couldn't have. I needed Margaret there. We did it together. And I'm sure that Mary and Jeremy have each other to do it. And I'm just so happy for her. And I'm so happy that I don't have to be discouraged for her and for my brother-in-law for this. It's, I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy for them that they've lost this weight and that they're putting their lives back on the track of being more healthy. And they've still got 20 pounds to go until their goal weight. Or at least Mary does. But I'm sure she's going to get there. She's well on her way. Aside from that, aside from those initial thoughts, Mary coming to visit today, I didn't really do as much. I've had a really hard time with Jason and all the kids. They've all been getting grounded from tech a lot, just for doing really dumb things. They were doing so well for a while there, but today I wanted to lift up the couch cushion and crawl underneath and hide. I was just been so annoyed. Jason's been losing it. He just hasn't been doing what he's been told to do. He's been forgetting to do the things that, he's been very clearly told to do, and not doing his homework. It's typical dad-son stuff, right? And some days it's really great, and other days you're like, oh, fuck, not this shit again. Oh, Jesus, fucking Murphy, no. And today's been one of those, fuck, not that shit again days. And that's pretty much sucked up my whole day. Watched a lot of YouTube. Tried to catch up on a few people I haven't seen in a while. Let them know that I still am here and care about them. Heck, even the Bracketeers, a channel that I watch. I used to watch them every day, and now it's like I'll binge 3 videos in a row, and that's all I can do. And not because out of duty. Like, I like them. I've been watching them steady for, since I was vlogging, pretty much. I've been watching them, and I'm really invested in their channel. Just been so busy doing other stuff. But anyway, that's my day today. That's what happened. That's what I did. Didn't really tell you what I did I? No, I didn't. I wrote down my thoughts in this diary, so to speak. What other stuff triggered in me? I'm laughing like an idiot. I'm a chucklehead. Anyway, diary over.